this week, House Republicans are trying to impeach Biden's Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. They think that as the guy who's meant to be in charge of security at the U.S. Mexico border, that he's failed on all fronts. The reality is the number of illegal crossings at the US border is at a record high, with 2023 seeing over 3.2 million encounters plus an estimated 1.7 million getaways since Joe Biden was sworn in January 2021. So is the Biden administration just not strict enough on it? Are the Democrats encouraging an open border? Well, Republicans would say yes, but Democrats deny this. In fact, the party continuously claim that Donald Trump's approach to illegal immigration is far too extreme. Here's a clip of House Democrat Robert Garcia slamming these alleged plans.
I want to remind the public that Donald Trump and House Republicans also have their own ideas for the border. So let's review the majority's border ideas that they've actually presented. Here they are. Donald Trump actually has said that he wants to build alligator moats along the border. That's one of his incredible ideas. Another idea that Donald Trump has promoted is he actually wants to electrify the border fence and maybe even put some spikes on the border. That's another Donald Trump and MAGA majority border idea.
Is this the best campaign ad that Trump could actually hope for? Well, Twitter seems to think so. And ahead of the presidential election, border is being seized upon by campaign groups. One group, called Citizens for Sanity, have found a creative way to illustrate the problem.
Super Bowl 56 held 70,000 football fanatics. Super Bowl 57 saw 68,000 fans, while 65,000 people will pack Allegiant Stadium for Super Bowl 58. Combined, that's not even as many people that crossed the border in just the last month.
Yeah. I'll start with you.
Very creative.
I'll start with you, JJ. Obviously, with the earlier grab of Robert Garcia, that was an attempt to basically condemn Trump's harsh thoughts on the border, but it did backfire on Twitter. People were like, well, we actually do need something as severe as this, as the numbers I read out. What did you think of that?
Well, actually, since 2012, there have been sightings of crocodiles in the River Grande. This is not a new thing. Yeah. And actually, on the Mexican side of the river, they have signs up saying "Lagartos, beware of crocodiles." So there are sightings, but no one has so far as we know, no one's been eaten by any of these things. But the river's dangerous. The crossing is dangerous. The current is strong. It's not going to stop them. Even if they put hippos there, you know, what's his name? Escobar had a few hippos lying around, right? If they put hippos in there, you'd have to see the hippos ripping people apart for it to scare these people from coming across.
Yeah, but it's terrifying because if you actually look at the day-to-day footage of immigrants going across the Rio Grande, as you said, it is thousands and thousands a day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but I genuinely cannot believe that this is the state of affairs. I cannot believe it. I mean, if you think about the logic of, like, you live in a house with a door, right? You have windows. We regulate who comes in and out of our space. For a country to not do that, and for somehow that not to be seen as a dereliction of duty is actually really strange.
Nothing is going to stop them from coming across. Not gators, not crocodillos, not men with guns saying, hey, stop, freeze. Nothing's going to stop them.
I
hate to agree with me, but I'm right.
I'm sorry. I hate the fact that I'm saying Trump was right on the wall. You need a physical barrier. If you say nothing's going to stop someone from breaking into your home, well, why do you have a door then? Why do you have security alarms? Why do we have the police? There are actually mechanisms to stop people from entering a country.
Pay for the wall?
Well, did you pay for the door in your house?
Yeah, essentially.
Exactly. So who do you think should pay for a wall? The people who benefit from it.
The taxpayer. But Trump says he's going to make Mexico pay for the wall. That's what he said the whole time.
Well, he was obviously, but the thing is, the man is full of feces. He wasn't obviously going to do that. I mean, he would have found, like, it would basically have been on the taxpayer. I think what he meant by Mexico paying for the wall is they're going to get some sort of favourable trade deal, and so the kind of tax kickbacks that we get from it is what's going to fund the wall. But Mexico is not technically going to pay for it.
Trump gets a tough time. You know, he will get called a racist for trying to protect his borders, for saying stuff like, let's put some crocodiles in the river, that'll stop him.
Like a moat.
Like a moat of crocodiles. He'll get called a racist.
He's had Biden in for nearly, it'll be 4 years by the time that the election rolls around. And this would have been Biden's, probably his biggest failure.
If he doesn't lose the election, I can't believe I'm saying this, forget Afghanistan, as difficult as that is. But if this doesn't cost Biden the election, then I don't know what will.
I agree.
You know,
I think this will be one of the biggest issues that happens that goes on voter minds in November.
Yeah.
And I think that when you look at, I think that people were just so quick to judge what Trump was saying. But I think the reality is that even if you're not a MAGA fan, you're not even a Trump supporter, you're not a Republican supporter in any way, I think they're going to go to the polls and say, the border needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Who's going to do it?
Do you know how many benefits you have as an illegal immigrant in the US? You can get a loan, you can open a bank account, you can go to university. You're basically a citizen. You have so many rights as an illegal migrant in the US.
Yeah.
Don't get any
so
ideas.
Why are they coming here then?
Don't get any ideas. Don't get any ideas.
Go to America instead.
You're just going to see him on the Atlantic with a canoe.
I'm going to Harvard. Amazing. But yeah, you know,
Going to Harvard.
The Democrats, right, their big dirty secret that they don't want to talk about is Obama. Oh, the first black president.
Yeah.
Black, he's mixed race, so we can talk about it another time. However...
I'm not going to comment.
OK.
He was deporter-in-chief.
Deporter-in-chief. He deported more illegal immigrants than every other 20th century president combined. He got out more Mexicans, Hispanic people from America than Donald Trump did. And yet,
because the
Trump's
thing is,
the racist
I think he got it. Because at the end of the day, if the Democrats are going to go on the line that we are the defenders of ethnic minorities, the people that are suffering the most from this kind of illegal migration are ethnic minorities. They're the people whose communities are being swarmed, whose public services are suffering. You know, if you live in Martha's Vineyard, you have all sorts of fortresses to protect you. If you're like a poor black kid living in Compton, and you have this wave of immigrants that are basically taking over the black side of town, and now you need to speak Spanish to even be able to apply for certain jobs in America. I mean, really, how can the Democrats run on that line?
But even the journey to get, I've spoken to a few reporters that actually sit on the border or sit on the other side of the border in Mexico. They say the actual journey to get
is arduous.
Is just insane. And they say they don't report on the deaths. They don't report on the sexual assaults. The women that have been giving
the gang crime, the fentanyl coming across the
drug smuggling, the human smuggling. There is so much that goes on in this kind of process to get over to America that it's like, oh, we're in the land of the free now. It's like, no. This is a traumatic experience.
Yeah. But this is it. If they are what they are leaving behind must be so much worse that they're willing to put themselves through that. They all know how bad this journey is. They all know how difficult it's going to be when you're in America. And then to be in America and to be looking over your back the whole time thinking, I could be getting deported at any moment. And to want to put yourself through that.
1.7 million getaways that are literally in the country without anyone even knowing where they are.
What if they commit a crime? Like you don't know who you're looking for.
100%.
I mean, this is the stuff. I hate to sound hyperbolic. This is the stuff that revolutions are made of because it's like if you atomize it and you take like I don't know 20 of me are bursting into your house. You know, JJ's gonna get a shotgun out. You know, it's like come.
There's going to be crimes committed here.
Exactly. I mean, that's the kind of thing that really breaks people. And I think if you take it on a national level, you're really setting your country up for failure.